Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Forgotten Gear Restorations. This one's a little hodgepodge discombobulation for you, because I was filming in the wee hours of last night into this morning. Now, this old Vox AC30 CC2 came in hot. Looks like it was in storage for quite some time. I had diagnosed two failing output tubes, one blown 12-inch driver, along with a myriad of contaminated pots, jack switches, and tube sockets. Let's get into it. Let's see what's up. This is going to be all over the place. Now you know how the interior of my mind works. Welcome to the spectrum. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, do the whole thing. Blah, blah, blah. I just got to finish sort of dusting her off so I can see what I'm working with. And it looks like we have sort of a cracked plastic nut there on one of the input jacks. I noticed this. This is actually, this should be in there, but this is actually sheared off. I guess the weight of this thing, and it's no doubt. But I did tighten up the rest of these guys, so hopefully that won't happen to these. But I'll include this in the box. I'm not even sure how somebody would remove that little bit. I don't even know what kind of tool you would need to get that guy out of there. But I'll take a peek from the other underside of the cabinet once I'm in there, and I'll give you an update shortly. Okay, I had noticed that the chassis seemed like it was a little loose inside of the cabinet. Well, here's why. So this cleat right here has cracked off the side. And then the same with this guy. This guy is broken here. And I was wondering what was going on with this guy. And I guess that's part of the reason why. This guy right here. So it looks like the cabinet's kind of rough, buddy. I'm gonna clean her up. And I'll get this guy out of there, and then we'll just see what we're dealing with. So let's end the night off here. I don't have good lighting at this point, but I'm gonna do a minor cabinet repair here. Everything's pretty much dusted out, wiped down, so I can see what I'm working with here. Okay, and then here's the rear shot. I actually just filmed the audio demo. But yeah, look how clean it is. Completely detailed. So then the interior as well. I know it's really tough to see in there, but the interior is done. And again, you're running on one speaker. I've moved the wiring and rearranged it here so it is reflecting 8 ohms, and it's also reflecting that. It's also reflecting that over here on your output select there, so that impedance is going to match the speaker. So what I would recommend, since you're only going to play clean, is you can have the master wherever you want it. So that could be fully cranked up, but whichever channel you're on, you're going to want to make sure that you're not going really loud enough to, say, overdrive the signal. So if there's a lot of distortion, you're going to want to back off. The speaker's rated for 30 watts. However, this thing will put out more than 30 watts. So you want to be mindful of that, lest you blow the speaker as well. So whenever you're ready for that, to purchase that other speaker, we'll install it, no big deal, and then we'll change the impedance selector to reflect 16 ohms. So you'll be golden. What I would recommend for these amps, and this is for everybody, regardless of what condition yours is in, is to not use the standby switch at all. This is going to put a tremendous amount of strain on your rectifier tube. So what I recommend is just leave that on and then just run your power switch as needed. And I want to prove that point here. If you needed a standby switch, then this light would be instantly green. But this particular tube there will be indirectly heated. It's gonna have a nice slow warm up. All right, pardon the interruption. So what was I trying to say? Now, once this green LED is illuminated, it's ready to play. That means it's warmed up. Do not use the standby switch. Leave it on the on position, pushed down this way. Let's turn the power on. Immediately red. Watch how long it takes for this to warm up. Well, I was just playing it a moment ago, so sufficient. And it takes longer than that if it's dead cold, so don't use the standby switch. It's going to be much more reliable if you don't.